part of it. We got to get that fixed. There's no question. We're not consistent. We're not the same team. We don't have the same approach every day. And we got to be the same tough team. We got to be the same smart team, and we got to be the same disciplined team. We got to play with the same energy.
Coach, along those lines, I know you've been working on that, since you got here. How do you get that consistency there? How do you fix that?
Well, it's just one thing at a time. To be honest with you, it's one thing at a time. It's just, and then the trick is, can you keep certain things static or moving in the same direction while you fix something else? And so we're fixing penalties now. We're I think 4 of the last 2 games we're plus 51 spots in one penalty category. I think plus 63 in the other from last year. So we're making progress there. We've made progress with our conditions. So every time we move something over to the positive side of the ledger, we got to keep the other things there. And I didn't expect us to play with those ebb and flows in that game. It's disappointing as the head coach, and again, I said it after the game. It starts with me. I got to go back and look back and reevaluate everything we did last week. We've been doing that. I've done it since the game ended, basically, and we just got to make sure that we are preparing the team to play the same way every day. And once you have some consistency and you control your variables, then you have a chance to move forward.
What did you see from Anthony Chigolo to get him back in the starting lineup?
Anthony is, well, number one, he's a competitor, and he's tough. So that aside, he studies the game. He's a football guy. He's a guy who comes around the staff. He asks questions. He's constantly trying to improve his game. But he's strong at the point of attack, even though he's 250. He's strong at the point of attack. He's got some length. He can lock out. Again, he transitions well to a pass rush. So again, he's doing a lot of good things for us. We just got to eliminate some of the things that freshmen do, in terms of assignments or alignments, those types of things. So we got to keep moving forward with him.
Coach, Bethune-Cookman got their win when television, a replay nullified a Hampton touchdown, and you had just the opposite effect with Kansas State. But how do you feel the way that process has been working?
The replay? The replay. Well, they got it right in our game. We weren't in. They got it right. So as much as it bothered me that we didn't get it in, now I'm not so sure it wasn't a lateral. I'm not going to say that I was standing there, so I thought it was a lateral, and they just didn't have an angle to overturn it, So I don't, is it 100%? Is it accurate? I don't know, but I think overall, to be honest with you, I think they're doing a pretty good job with it overall.
Al, you talked about guys freelancing on Saturday. Anything you can do really in practice to get that to stop, or is it just beating it down in their heads?
It is. It's part of the discipline. It's part of the consistency. It's just the way that we collectively have to operate on defense or on offense or on special teams. And again, there's always going to be, when you're playing a good team and a physical team, there's always going to be someone that will get beat, but you can't beat yourself, and that's what we're trying to learn. And somebody asked me yesterday if it's, are they old habits? And again, whether it's an old habit or a new habit, doesn't matter. It's a bad habit, and some of those things come up either in a competitive environment or if they're not focused. And we got to make sure that we keep drilling it into them and discipline them, and make sure that we're consistent with our techniques and our alignments and assignments.
Can you talk about Brandon Washington, how he's improved since this is new for him, playing tackle here?
Yeah, I thought he played his best game this past game. I thought he played his best game. Again, he's got to continue to. The biggest thing, with Brandon, is he's got to continue to work on the preparation side of it, the film study, the practice side of it, those little things, and just improve from there, and especially at that left tackle spot, because he can't just go out there on Saturday and think he's going to block everybody. At left tackle, you better know, what the combination rushes you're going to get out there. You better know what the pressures that you're getting are out there, and you better know the guy against, especially this week, 49. They better know what 49 likes to do in terms of his different pass rush moves, because 49 is a very, very good football player, defensive end. So it's a lot in that position. You got to be a guy that's a smart player and really prepare. And I think we're trying to teach him how that position is a little bit different, because there's no forgiveness over there. blow that assignment out there on the left side, we're asking for trouble with our quarterback. Any other questions, guys? All right, guys, thanks.
Thanks, folks.